Introducing the new party. We live stream Monday through Thursday 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's gonna come out how it come out. You feel me? Yo, none of this is rehearsed. Everything is off the top.
Vulgar. Welcome to the man cave.
Yo, what's good? Welcome to the man cave, where we keep it raw, unfiltered, uncut. So y'all see the main theme is Trump being red pill out here, and we gonna get to that, but we got a lot of things to cover beforehand. And some I haven't been doing that I'm gonna start doing for all 4 people that's in here. If y'all not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the new party, and then y'all can find me at Locker Room Therapy, which is right up under me there. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna start with the gift that keeps on giving, which is Jasmine Crockett. Somewhere deep down, I might have a crush on Jasmine Crockett. I can't stop talking about her.
Ratchet.
All right, let me go ahead and start with this video. Nah, as long as she wearing no weeds, I ain't got no crush.
Just added another moment to her long list of shocking comments.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
The Democrats have taken a lot of beatings. They have lost their confidence. They've gone crazy. How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her? Is that real? Are they serious about that? That's their new star? If that's their new star, they're in serious trouble.
I don't think you could defend that, Gray.
Have y'all seen that video that's been going around?
Which one?
Got,
which one?
You know what I'm talking about? The overweight Americans like doing crops and working in like the sweatshop. Y'all seen that?
Nah.
Y'all haven't seen it? I have to play it at the end. But it's basically like this whole, I think it's AI generated. I don't think, but it's AI generated, obviously. But they basically trying to like say that like Americans are like obese people, like just, you know, the stereotypes about Americans. There's no way that they go do these immigrant jobs. So I don't know if she saw that's been going viral. So that's what made her say that. But that's like been going all over. I don't know if it's just a left wing side of TikTok or whatever, but it's been all over.
They not lying about the obesity part. We rolling around big out here now. Literally rolling around in Walmart carts. You should be walking. But go ahead, 85.
Jasmine Crockett. Another ratchet. She got issues. She's on the race tip. Trump said it best. If that's the star, they in trouble. Another AOC radical chick. Don't know what to say, just in a position. I believe that no matter how you look at it, we're going to find people to do what we need to do as far as working, compensating people the right way. Doesn't matter, immigrant or not. If the job is going to pay well, the job will get done. All is back to slavery, fear-mongering stuff. I'm not with it. I don't support it. And everything she stands for is why this country is in the position they're in today. So I'm going to leave it at that.
She said the opposite on that one though, Slim. She said we're not going in the crop. We're not picking crops again.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's all she's doing is relating it to slavery.
Yeah,
that's all she's doing. I mean, that's all she's trying to say. Literally, is we're not going to be slaves again. But there's no way that's going to happen anyway if you have your mind logically intact. But that's what these people believe. They believe for some reason Trump is bringing back slavery and it's going to be whips and chains and, we're going to have segregation and it's just a bunch of nonsense, man. So she part of that line, man, that we shall overcome. Those guys. I'm cool with it.
You think she's creating a racial divide by saying stuff like this? Or increasing it? You already know it's there, but
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty evident, but honestly, I really don't have a thought about her, man. I don't know, man. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You know what I'm saying? I really don't have any commentary for it, for real. Sorry.
Why y'all keep supporting this woman, Gray?
She's gonna win. We kind of talked about her last night because she lives in a predominantly black area. What I was saying last night was basically what she's doing right now is she's trying to be the president in 2028. So she's trying to like make herself a household name. So like we gotta look at like people's personal ambitions. I think this is what she feels like. Okay, I got a chance. That should have been me instead of Kamala. Like I'm gonna go out there and I will be the attack dog because people gonna talk about me. Like we talk because she keeps getting our attention, so she is working.
Man, who is she running against?
She gonna fail miserably because she won't even debate anybody that's worth debating. She runs. She got the same playbook Kamala has. She runs from anybody that's worth debating, like Byron Donalds. Like that's no easy feat right there. And he's challenging her, and she hasn't said nothing. She's up here talking about crops and picking cotton instead of going back at Byron.
But who is she running against?
I don't know the guy name. I think it's a black guy. Because they were
the bald-headed dude.
I'm not sure. Oh, you talking about like the primary?
Yeah, who is she running against? Because to lose against her, it'll be very embarrassing. I need to see who's running against her.
I'll have to look it up, but I don't know off the top of my head who she running against. But I'm pretty sure she'll debate that person. Like,
you see that? You see, you a Democrat for real. You know she gonna win, but you don't know who she running against. But you know she gonna win.
Listen, you know she's gonna win. Like I mean, like if you a black woman and you in a mostly black area, 90%, and like just the name, just like she's more not to make it like this, but she's more famous. So most people not go research. People will look at the president. But most people not gonna research just a local politician. They're gonna be like, "Oh, who do I know? Oh, I'm gonna check Jasmine Crockett off because that's who I know who she is."
If Candace Owens was to run, she wouldn't touch Candace.
Where Candace gonna run at?
Anywhere.
I don't know where she lives.
I don't give a damn where she lives. Anywhere. She can go to where she at and run. Still with that chick's ass. Oh,
but that's the thing though. On the left, you don't really have to debate anything. You just got to be emotional and run behind slavery or
locking doors on there.
Yeah, the police are bad or some social issue that's messing us up. That's all you need, and you're going to win.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like they all have to debate because they debate each other. I don't feel like Trump won any debate other than when Joe Biden fell apart on stage.
What?
Have you been to some of these like on a city level? Like here in KC, a lot of my friends are Democrats. So I get invited out to a lot of like rallies where people that's running for DA or whatever, and they're Democrats, it's in the inner city. And they talk about nothing. Pretty much. They talk about how they're gonna fight crime or how they're gonna do these benefits or how they're going to support unalive babies, whatever it is, that's what they talk about. It's never anything of substance.
I'm gonna tell you why they talk about that. Because if either side, if they came up there with some data spreadsheets and said, "Hey, dude, this is how we go do this. We go send this money over here to fix these roads," you're not gonna get people's attention. But if you say something emotional that's gonna grab people's attention, they know the average person gonna know what they talking about.
Yeah.
So that I feel like they just dumb it down for people because they feel like they not gonna relate if we tell
Nah,
them.
it ain't dumbing it down. They get in office and do exactly that. Trump dumbed it down, but now he's in office doing the things he said plus extra. He need to add more on top of what he's doing.
Trump definitely dumbed it down because now a lot of people into politics. So I mean, he definitely did that. So yeah, I can agree with that.
See, the Democrats gonna never ever come out of that hole if they still basically relying on emotional, situations. This is why they in that situation today, because they prey on emotion. And Black people in general, we allow our emotions to take over our thought process. This is why we end up in predicaments. So pretty much I want to say even the Barack Obama election was based on emotion. It wasn't based on a policy. It was based on the fact it could be the first quote unquote Black president. So this is how they get us. And it's unfortunate that when people like myself start to wake up, because again, I always want to let you guys know I used to be a Democrat the majority of my life. But when I woke up, I started to see the other side, how they treat people, how if you don't comply with what they want, you get called names, you get cut off. It's the same programming all the way across the board. It's amazing to see it. And I feel bad for my people, even my family, because you can see the indoctrination. And it's like they won't take time out to even see what Donald Trump is trying to explain. They're just going to look at what the media is going to say, and then they're going to go with that narrative. And then 6 months later, it's a different narrative. And then another 6 months is a different narrative. And they're never questioning why these narratives are changing every 6 months. Why is it always something else you got to protest?
It's because they don't stand on anything solid. When you go, ooh.
But Slim, they definitely still go be emotional, cause like you just said, they go from every different thing to every different thing. So with Trump, people are gonna say people upset with Trump right now because of the volatility of the stock market. So they go be like, Trump did this, Trump did that. It's emotional. I will agree with you. Even me as a Democrat, I do feel like it's an emotional response more than just, a factual, just whatever. It's all about what they feel about the person. Mm-hmm. But that works on people, especially women.
Especially women. Yeah, that's a tool that they can't get away from. So I understand.
My bad. My board cut out on me.
It's all good.
But yeah, that's a lot of why I'm the way I am. Like, I stand on family. I stand on principles. Like, a lot of people say, oh, it's MAGA this, he just loyal to Trump. No, it's nothing to do with that. It's about standing on something. I want to see the families come back. I want to see people doing, like, America as a whole doing better with money, not just blowing it and think that it's supposed to go everywhere. I want to see America stand up like what Trump is doing. And a lot of people hate what he's doing, which we're going to get to later. But that's really it. Like I said, the left keep asking, why can't they win, or what's the issue? Yeah, emotional. That's all it boils down to.
You got a little buzzing noise in your board now. I don't know if you got to shake your mic or something. I don't think you could hear it. I could hear it.
Oh, yeah. I muted. Did it go up?
Do it again. Mute again.
No,
it ain't him. You hear it though, right, Grace?
Yeah, I hear it too. Yeah, now
okay, it stopped. We good.
You want to go to the next clip while you fixing it?
Yeah, let me do that.
All right.
Yeah, it is yours because when he came back, it came back.
Yeah.
Texas is banning the purchase of chips, soda, junk food, basically with EBT. Mind you, the price for single ingredients for one meal will run you anywhere from $60 to $80. 60 is being generous. So I don't see, one, why that was any of their business, and two, why would they do such a thing when inflation is at an all-time high right now? And what about those people who don't have access to a home that can, cook and stuff like that? Like, it just don't make sense to me, but okay, I guess we just gotta let them do what they do.
Don't be shocked.
All right, is that better?
Yeah, you good now.
Yeah, you good.
Cool. All right. So what y'all think about that, man? I think it's a good move. You shouldn't be buying junk food with food stamps anyway.
I think it's probably a lot of Republicans that eat food stamps and want their chips and want their soda. So I just feel like that was not a good move. Like you said earlier, there's a lot of obese people in America. So for RFK to stamp that he want to take control what people eat, I thought we was all about freedom in America. So I feel like that's gonna hurt them in the end.
That's not controlling what people eat. He didn't bust up in your house and say and slap you in your face and take your chips. He literally said, if you need our help, this is the stipulation. That is okay to do. If you need our help, then you shouldn't be eating chips. I don't see nothing wrong with that. If you want to eat chips, then you need to go work hard. You need to make better decisions so you can eat chips.
You want to know what's so crazy?
Anybody right?
It's like
that's taxpayer dollars. I don't want to pay for no tax for somebody to get fat and unhealthy and be diabetical.
And the overall picture is really the spending of the money, right? So these are the same faces. Remember those Bergen bags and all that money we were spending on this and that. We can't worry about inflation when we did these things. Like we put it in, the culture puts it in our face that we have to make money. We have to be at a certain status. Why is this a problem? You know what I mean? Like they put it in our children's face that you can't even get this type of female unless you're making this kind of money. So now the boys want to go out there and do what they got to do to make that kind of money. So now the tariffs is a bigger issue. I just don't understand how these people even worry about that. I mean, we're in a situation where we've been in debt for however many years. This man has came into this business. I call it a business because that's what the United States is, a corporation. And he did it again. And now he's figuring out ways to make this country pretty much in a better position. And these are the ways that it has to be done. Now, anytime you're dealing with change, it's not going to be peaches and cream. You're going to have to deal with the repercussions of anything. Like, even if there was a situation in my business, I would have to downsize just to make things greater. Some people may have to lose their jobs. This is what happens. So for us to actually, as Americans, go out there and understanding that this is what he said he was going to do, this is what we voted for, right? And now be upset that it's taking place. It just throws me off that we're surprised that all of this stuff is happening as far as the inflation. This is what's been happening. It's just going to get a little bit worse before it gets better.
Easy.
Yeah, right now it's kind of rough right now, but I mean, people got to tough through and try to figure out a way. I don't think it's right. I mean, like what he's pretty much saying is they don't want you using the
EBT.
the EBT to buy like snacks and stuff. They want you to use cash. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, they basically Trump. But what I'm saying, like Trump somebody that drink Coke every day, as Slim was saying, like the black community really is mostly the white community that's on food stamps. People in rural areas and stuff like that. So if you've been on EBT 10, 20 years and you like buy the same groceries every time you go to the grocery store and you living on Social Security, and then all of a sudden the government say, hey, you can't have this, you can't have this. Like I know Vogel was saying, I don't want to go with somebody eat something unhealthy, but like people, especially Americans, I don't feel like they ever want to be told what to do. They don't want to be told what to drink, what to smoke, where they can go. So like to tell them what they can eat and they pay taxes, I just don't think it's gonna go over well.
Nah, hey, money talks, bullshit walks. If you want to eat that, make better decisions. Like this stuff is a privilege. Chips and I mean, honestly, food is a privilege. Like we've only had access to food like this for what, a few hundred years, if that. You used to have to go hunt, and you would hope you would shoot the deer. If it got away, you were stuck eating grass and spring mix.
And it was the men who had to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So in a sense, we just gotten lazy. Like it was, like I said, it was that's why our bodies are adapted to eat more vegetables and grains and stuff like that versus a lot of meat, because it was a rarity. And everybody just take it as it's promised to them. Is not.
We're addicted to processed foods. Like,
yeah,
there's way less people going to Whole Foods than people going to McDonald's. So it's just like, and processed foods taste better. They're more convenient. Like, even if you're the most health conscious person, it's so easy for you to just go in the store and grab some cookies off of the shelf and open it right there. So we need better foods, like easily accessible and to be cheaper.
You do have them. When you that's why they trying to stop you from buying chips, because when you actually buy produce and you buy meat, it's cheaper than a $5 bag of chips. Chips are not $1 anymore. But a lot of people don't want to do the work of cooking at home.
You
they
can
want
go
some quick stuff to shove some whatever nuggets in their kid's mouth. Instead
you
of
get
taking
a $5
the
biggie bag. You get a $5 biggie bag. That's $5. You go to the grocery store. You gotta buy the salad. You gotta buy the seasoning. You gotta buy the meat. You gotta buy whatever comes with it. A drink. When if you go to Wendy's, you go to McDonald's. You can have change, bro. You can have an app, and boom, you out of there with $3. You got a full course meal.
Who where?
I'm guilty of that. I've done that a few times.
You better know the app, right?
I got Wendy's, McDonald's. I got them all.
On what app? I don't really eat fast food. When I travel, it'd be like $6, $7.
When I leave the club, gotta make it happen, bro. Sometimes them niggas be the only one open. Boop, boop, boop. Let's get it cracking.
Yeah, and like I was gonna say that too, man. Like when you're traveling and stuff like that, you don't have the convenience to be in the kitchen whipping up your own meal all the time. You have to eat out. So sometimes you don't have
traveling,
a choice.
You shouldn't be on EBT, right?
Yeah, you got a point.
That's all I'm saying. You traveling like that? Do your EBT even work in another state?
I don't even know. I never been on that shit. I don't know.
You being on EBT and traveling, that has nothing to do with each other. But all right.
If
you got money to travel, you shouldn't be on EBT. That's
basically what he's saying. You shouldn't be on welfare.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
So you taking advantage of the system.
Yeah, if you well off, you think you should still get food stamps.
There's plenty of people that get.
You might be traveling to go to a funeral. What are you talking about, bro?
We said traveling.
What are you talking about? You might be going to several funerals. You don't know what they're traveling for.
That's one time. We talking about traveling frequently.
One time.
Like,
people die every day, B. What are you talking about?
Yo, he said several.
People die every day.
Even that's a privilege. There's people that died. I couldn't afford to go. I just had to be like, send me an obituary.
Hey, yo, I got 3 funerals this week to go to.
It's plenty of people.
Like I said, if you able to travel, you shouldn't be on food stamps. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
There's plenty of people that's on EBT, Social Security, and they do whatever they want. That's why Republicans mad, because people getting these social services and then they living better than the people working.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I see why if you go to work every day, you upset it. If you go on Facebook, like, damn, Keisha them go on food stamps and they done sold the stamps, they over there in Dubai. So I mean, people know how to jack the system. I mean, when I went on the last cruise, a girl was there, they paid for her to come. So I mean, people do whatever, bro. Especially if you got Section 8, food stamps, and Social Security, you can do what you want.
You could go to mad funerals.
Hey, I know in California, I had an ex in California. They put cash on her card.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got some food stamps and then they gave you cash too.
I know people in California, if you say that you are homeless for a certain amount of time and you move there and you can prove it, then you can get all those benefits and resources.
Yeah, you can go to the ATM, man. We was buying bottles.
Yeah.
Man, I can't do it, bro. And for the simple fact, when my daughter was born and, you know, my daughter's mom got on that stuff, like, in order for her to get on it, I remember it like yesterday, bro.
Child support.
Yep.
It wasn't even that. And I didn't even know about the child support at the time, right? It was like, yo, you know, you could get benefits. All you got to do is say, you don't know where the dad at. You don't know where he is. And I'm sitting there like, word, we could get money. We could do it. Okay. Had no clue about the repercussions in the future. So that's what she did. She was like, yo, I don't know where the man at, you know, and I'm sitting there in the office with her. I'm like, yeah, I'm just here to hang out. You know, we're going to see what we could do. And then she got the check. She got $300 in cash, $300 in food stamps. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We good. That's $600 extra a month plus my job. You know what I mean? At the time, I was making like $500 a week. That was good money to me. Plus the $600 a month. Shoot, I was balling. Now, here we are. They want that bread back.
Yep.
And I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all want that back? What the hell? You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, yo, and if you don't pay us, we're going to suspend your license. We're going to take you to jail. Well, how you going to get your money if you do that? I'll leave it at that.
It's a trap.
Yep. Yeah, they tell them all that too. Or they tell the woman to put the name down so you can get them benefits. Yep. And they give you excuses that you could tell the man you didn't know or whatever it is. Yeah, they good for that now.
Just remember, somebody paying for that. Somebody's paying for that. It ain't free. I don't care what y'all think. Oh yeah, Uncle Sam and the Social Security, and no. Somebody's paying for that, and they're finding out where that money's going.
Yeah, and I'm gonna end it by saying, if you are going for any type of assistance, government assistance, food stamps, unless it's Social Security, you put in your years and you retired or whatever you get back for doing something for the country, you're not entitled or deserve anything but what they tell you. I'm sorry, a lot of people just feel too entitled. If you got to ask for something, you need to take the stipulations that come with it. If you don't want those stipulations, get your ass out there and work.
Mm-hmm. Or create something.
Yep. Create value and get paid for it. All right. On to Dr. Umar part 2. I mean, Jay-Z in his school.
I'm about to say Dr. Umar.
Episode of
brother.
As the Carter Kingdom Crumbles, Jay-Z is back in the news for another failed business venture. This time it pertains to his label Roc Nation partnering with LIU, aka Long Island University, to create the Roc Nation School of Music. The whole purpose of this partnership was to allow students who had an interest in music to be able to get hands-on practical experience doing so, not just theoretical knowledge about music, but really able to take songwriting classes and to make music while in school, obviously helping them to get the hands-on experience that they would need to one day achieve their dreams of being in the music industry. But they were also supposed to be able to do that debt-free. According to this tweet and the article that it references, the Rock Nation School of Music promised a debt-free education. However, about a dozen students ended up with a lot of loans and debt that they absolutely could not pay back. And this wasn't just some verbal promise. Students referenced their offer letters that stated that they'd graduate without debt. Now, obviously, Jay-Z and Rock Nation have a lot of explaining to do, but so does LIU, because clearly something wasn't all the way worked out in the background in order for these kids to be graduating with debt that you guys have in writing wasn't really supposed to happen. If these kids wanted to sue, they would have a case. But more than an explanation, LIU and Rock Nation need to get together and figure out how to make things right. And the only way to actually do that is simply by canceling these kids' debt. Point blank, period. Because imagine you just went to school to follow your passion by studying music, and not only did you study music when creatives already have a hard time finding steady and stable work, you just graduated with this degree in a really bad economy, and record labels are broke right now. They can barely hire anybody. They've been doing layoffs, and you have a music degree. You can have fun finding a job with that degree. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's definitely going to be hard, especially graduating into such a volatile economy. But not only are you graduating with a liberal arts degree, you are also now graduating with debt that you did not plan to have. That is not a way to enter the world before the age of even 25. Like, y'all, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, LIU, y'all got to make this right. I want this video to serve as a cautionary tale to stay away from anything that a celebrity is endorsing, promoting, affiliated with, or has their name on. Celebrities do not mean you any well. They have a habit of being involved in very shady backdoor business deals. Y'all keep thinking that they got rich from their music or from their movies or from their fashion line. No, celebrities get rich by doing a lot of very low vibrational activities. They do not mean you well. They see you as a damn fool. Stay away.
All right, so why y'all think Jay-Z just didn't pay that little bit of bread off?
Oh, I thought that was Trump University.
That debt would have been wiped away if that was the case.
I agree with everything she said, and I'm not gonna blame it completely on celebrities. I think celebrities are in their careers, and their agent or manager or whoever say, "Hey, this is a good idea." Like all those people that got caught up in the crypto that was like bad. I forgot what the guy's name was, but a bunch of people endorsed it. So I feel like they don't actually go look and see like what's actually going on. Like I don't know if y'all remember Kevin Durant was complaining that people kept on going on his Twitter saying, "Oh, you messing up my parlay. You messing up my parlay." And he was like, "Oh, y'all need to quit gambling." Then literally like a week or 2 weeks later, he I think it was DraftKings, he was doing a commercial for one of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that lady too, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we do fall for a lot of nonsense, man. And I'm guilty of it too. I used to fall for nonsense. But nowadays, a lot of things could be scam worthy, I should say. Just like I say, I mean, Jay-Z in his mind, he like got him, you know what I mean? He just gonna take the money and run. But you guys had the show the other night, and you were stating that college is not necessary. That goes the same with music. You don't need these documentations to show, you know, what your talent is nowadays. I mean, nowadays, brothers ain't even got talent making music. I mean, I see it every day. So it's like YouTube is a university for anything. I fixed my AC one day when the dude told me how much it was going to be. I YouTubed it, and I found somebody that had the same problem, and I ended up fixing it. So you can take that, you know, like you were saying on the show, Volger, even with ChatGPT, there's things you can do to get knowledge to move forward in life. You don't need these documents. And 9 times out of 10, when they're trying to teach you something, they're just trying to get you to pay something to get the knowledge. Same thing with a lawyer. If you know your law, if you read books, if you know what the law is, you don't need a lawyer. A lawyer is just to undermine your thought process so they can talk to the judge or whatever. So these are just the money tactics that we fall into place because this is what we're used to. This is what we're taught.
Yeah. What's the saying? You either gonna spend time or you gonna spend money.
That's it.
That's the 2 options you have, and most people rather spend money, especially with music. I never understood why people go to these schools when you back in the 90s you could buy the book. I still have my books from how to mix and stuff like that. Yep. I never thought to go to school for music. And then the market gonna determine if you're good anyway.
So, Easy, this your topic. What you think?
Yeah, I was going to say that just because he endorsed a school doesn't necessarily mean he had his hand in everything going on in the school. So we can't totally blame Jay-Z because that's a whole entity by itself. I mean, it had the Rock Nation attached to it, but oh man, I mean, it's false advertising because a lot of these people were thinking they was under the impression, you know, I'm gonna get my degree and be debt free because that's what I'm being told. Now I always say like school is good for some people because people feel like school is accomplishment, and then some of these certifications and documents you really can't get around because some of these jobs actually require you to have a certain certification to move up or to even get the job. You got to have certain requirements to get the job. So I disagree with some of y'all saying that you don't need this and need that, which you actually do. So some jobs require you to get certain certificates and stuff like that to even be eligible to get the job.
Yeah, if you're going for accounting I think or something like that, or STEM.
I think it's messed up. No, that's not the only job, but I think it's messed up that they putting these kids in debt, like lying to them, and then pretty much putting them in a bad predicament because, like I said, it's just unfortunate that maybe you know what they didn't read the fine print. I think that's what it is. So, because a lot of that stuff. So a particular thing about this story is one of the students, they dropped their debt from 26,000 to 5,000. So she still had to pay 5,000. So that's kind of funny how they would pay off 21, but they wouldn't pay the rest of it. Like that's kind of iffy. So yeah, this story is definitely questionable for sure.
So I got maybe it's a question or statement, I'm not sure. And what Gray started with earlier about the Trump University. Do y'all think this is a situation where it's something like Trump and Jay-Z don't really understand the teaching side of it? It was just something that was presented to them, and LIU or whoever the other guy that presented Trump with wasn't it a guy that went to Trump about that?
He got sued for defrauding people in the university.
Because the public will come after them and say they're crooks, they're frauds. But it could be that Jay-Z and Trump together really didn't know the inner workings or what was going on. They just put their name on it and was trusting somebody else, that they would do what they're supposed to do in good faith, and it didn't happen like that. And now they take the rap for it. Because I know Trump gets a lot of pushback for
what was Trump University about?
Real estate.
Real estate.
And it failed?
Yep. A lot of people got screwed in the deal.
I never even know that.
Trump.
My best.
Go ahead, Easy.
Oh yeah, my best example again about certification is getting certified in Pro Tools. Some of these professional studios will not allow you to even come on board unless you get certified in Pro Tools, and that takes a few weeks to get certified.
Yeah.
So, like I said, man, school is essential.
But you could do
Still.
that through Pro Tools.
You don't got to go to school to get certified, do you?
Yeah, you could do that through Pro Tools.
No, you have to get certified by an instructor to be certified through a Pro Tools certification. You gotta go through an instructor. What are you talking about?
I'm saying it don't have to be a university. I was going to do that at one point.
Yeah. You can get certified. Yeah, you don't have to do it to a school, but you still got to get certified.
Yeah.
But here's my question, right?
It's still an instructor.
In this market, what are the percentage of jobs that are available after you pay for whatever documentation you get for music? Like, are you guaranteed to get a job? Because basically, from what she's saying, like, yo, you're just gonna pay your bread, and that's just what it is. If you get a job, good luck.
Yeah, it's a lot of people out here that's got photography degrees, hospitality degrees, and they cannot get jobs.
To answer your question first,
I agree with that because it's saturated. Yeah.
Trump definitely sold his name to people because he was getting a certain amount for people to put his name on stuff.
Yeah.
And with Slim, like, yes, like it's basically like with college, you know, you can get screwed, but they did make it where you can't promise students that you'll get them a job again. And me and Easy both went to University of Phoenix. They got sued for that.
Same. Yeah, I'm going through that right now. I'm actually talking to somebody right now, and they're trying to forgive. They said that all the loans will be gone because it was fraudulent.
Yeah, they probably.
So that's what I'm saying. So you got people with 400 degrees, and then you got 100 jobs available. It's oversaturated. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, so Vulgar, you are right, Vulgar. The not trying to downplay a degree, but at the same time, some of these degrees are losing their value because the job market is so saturated. Like people are, if you got a job right now, shit, you fucking lucky as hell. Or unless you got your own business or whatever. Like jobs are scarce right now, dog. And them degrees, not saying they're not good because they are good, but like you know what? I agree with you, Vulgar. The degree is devaluing. You're right.
I want to use y'all. My bad. I want to use y'all favorite rapper as an example because I know Easy and Slim like J. Cole. Well, I don't know who your favorite rapper is, but they like big J. Cole fans. J. Cole was on a basketball degree, went to scholarship, went to NYU, and then he just went to the where they were at and tried to give Jay-Z his mixtape or album or whatever. So I mean, he was in college and he still went and like pursued music. Y'all favorite rapper.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, like he from where Easy from.
I got a counter for that. He only went to NYU because he knew his skills would be greater in New York. What he didn't know was how long it was going to take him to get a record deal because of the competition in New York. And he ended up getting his degree at the same time. He didn't go for the degree. He went for the record deal, and then he ran into the competition, and then he knew how good he had to be to go above that competition. So he ended up getting his degree with the mindset of trying to get a record deal. So damn, this is going to take as longer than I thought it was. That's what happened.
But he would have never got from North Carolina, you know.
Right, but his vision was going to New York to get with the top rappers because he felt that he can hang with them. And when he went up there, he realized the competition. So for him to get a record deal, he was like, damn, it's not as easy as I thought because all these niggas is nice. So I got to be better than these dudes. So that took the 4 years.
J. Cole went to St. John's University and he got a degree in communications.
There you go. That's why he's so articulate.
Yeah, I thought it was NYU. I know he went with Reverend Ron's daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
all that's true. All that's true. He dated her. All that's facts. But yeah, that was the whole deal. I mean, that's why I follow him a lot. It's like his whole story, leaving Fayetteville, his mom's being a drug addict, all that stuff I followed.
That's what I'm saying. J. Cole graduated magna cum laude in 2007. He was
That's
smart.
what I'm
He's a
saying.
smart dude.
Mhm.
Real smart.
You know, a lot of these rappers are. Who's it? 2 Chainz. He went to college. I think it's political science degree he got.
Mm.
And you wouldn't think so because he'd be so ignorant on wax, but the dude is smart.
Yeah. You know who was really intelligent? And I know you got another video, Vogue. I'm gonna land the plane real quick. Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
He was the first dude that really educated me on crypto. I seen a video of him in London buying stuff with Bitcoin. And he said he invested in Bitcoin and his percentage was 190%. That's all it took for me. I was like, yo, I've never heard of those numbers. And he was using Bitcoin in London, like buying chains and stuff, like using the Bitcoin. It was an old YouTube video. You guys can look it up. It's dope.
Yeah, I'm going to look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Gonna get to the main event.
No, but y'all was right because St. John's is still a school in New York. So y'all got it.
Mhm.
It's in Queens too, ain't it, Slim?
Yeah.
St. John's in Queens, yeah.
That's where Felipe Lopez went. Y'all know who? Damn, I'm showing my age. Go ahead, man. Play the video.
All right, for all y'all that dislike the red pill, Trump is out here representing it well. A lot of what he's doing now is what's preached from red pill. So I'm gonna start off with his latest speech.
Just a few hours later, there was a pause put in on the tariffs. Can you walk us through your thinking about why you decided to put a 90-day pause?
Well, I thought that people were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know? They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid, unlike these champions, because we have a big job to do. No other president would have done what I did. No other president. I know the presidents. They wouldn't have done it. And it had to be done. What was happening to us on trade, not only with, you know, if you look at it, not only with China, but China was by far the biggest abuser in history, and others also, but somebody had to do it. They had to stop because it was not sustainable. Last year, China made $1 trillion off trade with the United States. That's not right. And now I've reversed it. It's for a short period of time, but we made $2 billion. We're making now $2 billion a day. And somebody had to do it.
That's my dog.
You want to start 85?
Yo, man. It's so self-explanatory, man. If you can't see it, I don't know, man. You're blind. The man is gifted. He knows what he's doing. And people act like he don't. I don't get it. He's doing what he said he was going to do, and he's smooth with it. Yo, he looked good doing it, bro. I mean, I'm proud to be an American, man. I'm good right there. I'm proud to be an American today.
Gray.
What Trump really said on Truth Social was, "Don't be stupid. I know what I'm doing. This and that." So people were feeling some type of way because Trump told people don't be stupid if you don't trust his tariffs. This is the thing about it. Trump friends are the people that's mad at him, the billionaires. It's not regular people that's like, oh, I can go buy stocks now because they're cheaper. It's people that's losing tens of millions of dollars. That's why all his friends are turning against him. But and I'm definitely not a conspiracy theorist, but this is the conspiracy theory going on the left. So what they're basically saying is Trump is trying to bankrupt the billionaires so that he can be a dictator. So because supposedly the reason that he did this 90-day freeze was because the billionaires are telling him to stop it. Because I know Bill Ackman is a guy who made a lot of money on Wall Street, was begging Trump to stop. Ben Shapiro saying it's unconstitutional. Candace Owens, all the people, all his people is mad at him. It's Republicans that's mad at him.
He don't care. Okay? It's not about the people, it's about America. And once we get that through our heads, we'll be fine. Trump is here for the people. He don't care about his friends. He don't care about none of that. He like, we in debt, and this is how we getting out. If y'all don't like it, it is what it is. I pause it for 90 days, but I'm coming back, so get your shit together. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, but it's a. I'm gonna let you go easy, but it's definitely a red pill move. He's standing up. He's standing on principle. He's not worried about how people feel, because a lot of the presidents before are worried about being liked. They worried about getting reelected. They're not worried about what they're supposed to do. As a man, you got elected to protect the country. And if you listen to him talk, everything he's talking about is protecting the country. Even in that, even with Jabril just saying he sound like an idiot, he literally just told you China has made $1 trillion off of us last year. What do y'all think that trillion is going to? It's going to their military. And they don't give us anything in return. Y'all don't know how much technology China has just literally ripped off, because to even do business over there, you got to give them your IP. You got to give them your plans, your diagrams, everything. They like, hey, if you want to come over here and transact, we need to know how to make your stuff. And then when they get it, because they don't have copyright laws and stuff like we have here, they take it and replicate it and make it cheaper, and then send the same stuff over here to sell cheaper. And then everybody over here is struggling because the government is just scooping up all the bread. So now you want to buy Chinese products because they're cheaper. We're just literally funding China. How y'all think China were bums 30, 40, 50 years ago? So from him standing up, he's basically saying like, no, y'all got to funnel some of that money back over here so we can get our military ready too, in case y'all really want to go there. That's what I mean by red pill. He's literally standing up. All the other countries are beta. They didn't even put up a fight, and he knew that. I knew that. A lot of us that are red pill are men, we know that. Most of these countries are lame. They only bucking up because we look weak. On the world stage, America looks weak because we just handing out money to everybody. It's just like a chick. A chick will test a dude, and if he gonna trick on her, she gonna take it. She's not gonna tell, hey, you know what, you might not want to break yourself over me. No chick says that. Just like no country is going to say that. They're going to take all the money that's coming from America. And then guess what we found out? I didn't even know this. A lot of people, the ordinary people, didn't know countries already had tariffs on us. I knew somewhat, but I didn't realize the amount. Trump literally just bought out in the open. He just shined the light on it. That all these countries, some of them had 100% tariffs on us. And they claim, oh, we need it because we're weak and we'll fall without it. Maybe you don't need to be a country. So all y'all that's thinking Trump is dumb or stupid, no, he's actually helping y'all out.
Yeah.
And
What do you say we're making? $2 billion a day?
Black Monday? Yeah. It was supposed to be Black Monday. And the only people that ain't profiting are the people who won't put their money up and invest. I know I made a good amount of money today.
Yeah. Stock market going back crazy, ain't it? Hold on, let me check. Making me want to look at my shit. Hold on.
You got something to add, Easy?
Yeah, I want to say a lot of people are unhappy with the decision making that he's doing right now because of the current stock market or whatever. They're saying it's crashing and we're leading into a recession. That's what they're saying right now. So they're not happy with the results right now. Can the results change? Yeah. And this might not be the perfect example, but it kind of is a good example. Like when you start a business off, you're not just going to jump off and rocket ship extra out the gate. Like it's going to be a transition of grinding, and then you will peak up. So I think right now we're going through that time right now where, okay, he's made this change. Okay, it's not going to be a just rocket ship transition all the way up to the moon. It's going to be some lag, you know what I mean? Some pushback. But I'm hoping and praying that the results change, because right now a lot of people are really upset, and not just people at the bottom. I mean, you got people that's in corporate. They're pissed off now because I heard that they're 401ks are getting screwed over because of his current decision making. So
But that's not true. We're a country of instant
that's what
gratification. No,
that's what they're
yeah,
saying.
yeah, they're low. But guess what? If you're not about to retire, it shouldn't matter because you shouldn't be touching your 401k anyway. A lot of people 401ks were cut in half in '08, and now they're probably 3 times what they were then. So that's the problem. We're a country of instant gratification, and I want it now. That's what we're going off of. But I remember my grandfather used to say to me, he's like, you don't even know what's good for you. And that's what a lot of what's going on with the people now. They don't know what's good for them. Because
Yeah,
even
but
with Trump doing his tariffs and doing what he's doing and actually putting a strain on the market, what really has to happen, in my opinion, is the Fed they're gonna have to come in and lower the rates. Guess what they do? They give a chance for people who don't have as much money to buy.
No, this is not how I personally feel.
No, I know
I
that.
told you this is the general public, what I'm hearing, like from
Yeah,
my
that's what I'm speaking
cousin
to.
and stuff like that. Like he just bought a house and he's planning on getting married, and he has a nice job, and he's saying that at his job his 401k was slashed by a certain amount of dollars, which I'm not going to put his business out there because that's his business.
How
But
old is he?
he's really upset about it.
How
He's
old is he?
he just turned 42.
So he got what, 20, 25 years before you even look at it? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Not necessarily because
the market
he
always
has
recover, right?
not necessarily because he has the option to pull out his money if he wants to. That's his option.
Yeah.
But Vulgar,
He don't have to wait.
it's also not just 401ks in the stock market. It's also business owners. Like the iPhone, to make the new iPhone was going to cost $500. Now it costs $800, and a new iPhone is going to cost $2,000. There was a business owner who voted for Trump. He was on Fox News. He said, because 50% of it goes on the consumer. So for his products, he has to get it from China. He said that he used to pay $15,000 in tariffs. Now, after Trump passed that, he has to pay $300,000 and $23,000.
But that's the counter what you just said. That's what I said earlier. People are incentivized to buy from China because it's cheaper, but it hurts us with us sending all our money and they're not reciprocating anything. That's what this is about. Yeah, iPhone might cost $2,000 for a while, but most prices come down once something is in circulation for a while. It'll come down.
Don't worry, Elon gonna make a
That's
phone
true.
for you, Gray.
Well, Elon mad at Trump too. You know that? He's mad about the tariffs too.
Elon gonna
I
be
have a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all because I know we're getting to a bad time, but I got a quick question. Y'all don't feel like China's been robbing the United States for years?
Yeah, that's what I said. 30, 40, 50 years. They were bums.
Yeah. China has been robbing us for a long time, and I think Trump right now is trying to get things straight. But like I said, people don't like his decision making. But I think in the long run they'll like his results. But right now they don't like it. Right now they're just upset right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's
as the general public.
Because people got the mind of a child. It's just like when your parents tell you to be in when the street lights come on, and you mad because you want to stay out with the homies longer, and then 5 minutes later, you happy your parents made you come in the house because 2 of them on the stretcher now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what this. When people say they mad, I'm like, y'all just don't know what's good for you.
What I think it is that they actually surprised that they now got that parent that's going to tell them to get in the house.
Yeah.
The last parents didn't have the heart to do it.
Yep.
I feel.
I know we're speaking metaphors right now, but what people are upset about, we're obsessed with consumption. So think about how many items you have. You look at it says made in China. We get stuff for cheap, and you can sell it for absorbent amount of money. So is China getting off? Yes, because they have all those people over there working in the slave shops, making Nikes and stuff. But, you know, what's going to happen? Like, is Amazon going to fall out of business? Like, are we gonna stop buying all the stuff that we buy every day because now it's super expensive?
I mean, that's nature. You know, you realize probably 99% of species that existed on Earth don't anymore. Like, that's part of nature. Nothing stays the same. Things change, things evolve, and you have to adapt. You either make the right decision in adapting or you don't and you fail. That's just life. Like, we can't stay here and be scared. You know what I'm saying? We got a guy that's trying to get things right. I just think that's part of life is evolution. Amazon might not make it through, but guess what? It'll be, I don't know, Mississippi, whatever, whatever company come after.
Well, Trump has the second highest disapproval rate of any sitting president at this point in their term. And the only person that beats Trump in the disapproval rating is Donald Trump in 2016. So Trump has had the highest disapproval rate of any president twice at the bottom. So
Okay,
where you get those stats from? Pull those
goes
stats
back
up
to
right now.
red pill thing.
Pull them stats up right now.
Who get a man shouldn't give a shit
that.
about being liked. A man should not give a shit about being liked. Not when he's making the right decisions.
Yep. And I doubt that because his approval rating was way higher than what you're saying.
Look at
literally last week.
Like, who cares if you liked? You can't base your decisions off being liked. That's been the problem with America. Every president looks at the approval rating. Who cares?
Oh, man.
Trump doesn't have to be liked because he can't run it.
You know what? Trump should be liked off his results. If his results are good in 2 to 4 years and his approval rating go up, I'd rather go up for that than him trying to satisfy all these Americans that don't know what's good for him.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You got to be liked to get a vote, though. So
he out of here.
They have to like you to get a vote. So they have to like you somewhat for them to vote for you.
And they loved him. That's why he won.
Yeah.
That's why
he has to be like. I mean, so you'd rather have a villain than a superhero?
I mean, if he gonna make a positive change, is he the villain still?
Yeah,
some villains.
Trump
Some villains are the superheroes.
And I feel like that's why people like him. I get it. Like, that's why people like him.
But everybody keep trying to say he's gonna crash this, crash that, and every time he does something, it hurts for 2 seconds, and then the bounce back is crazy. And it's because he's standing on business. So that's pretty much what it is. He's standing on business. You got a lot of betas who just can't stand him. That's the thing. And even right now, with all the countries that bowed out, only the alpha stood up, and that's China. Even Russia is on some weak stuff right now because they've been tit for tat with Ukraine. So China's the only country that can really stand up to us.
Closing thought.
And they're going to fail too.
Yeah. Before we do final thoughts, I want to ask Vogel one question. So you said it's betas, but Trump folded. So he's not a beta. He said, I'm going to do this, this, and that. Now he folded and said, oh, you know what? I'm not doing it no more.
Not doing what?
Folded?
What did he say he's not doing anymore?
He paused the tariffs.
Because they backed off. The whole thing was, if you don't back off, I'm going to go forward with this. But when they said, hey, you know what? Let's talk. He's like, all right, if y'all want to, that's all he wants. He wants a negotiation. If you're not willing to negotiate, he's going to push them on you. Just like China. China's like, nah, we going down to the end. So he's like, all right, I'm about to ramp it up. What's it up to 125% on China right now?
Yeah.
They the only ones that didn't back. So he didn't back down. He didn't fold. He only offered a concession to the ones who are willing to talk.
The EU didn't back down either. They charged Americans 25%.
And I'm sure he's going to handle that.
Yeah, for sure. Easy, you want to do your final thoughts first?
Yeah, this tariff stuff is crazy, man. It's like a Cold War. But I feel like it'll pan out eventually, man. Let's just pray, man, about it, man, and see what happens. I mean, it's still in the early stages. I'm pretty sure Slim can tell y'all, be patient. So that's all I got.
Slim.
Yeah, man. Patience is the key to everything. I want to say, Trump is doing everything he said he was going to do. We shouldn't be afraid. We shouldn't be worried about nothing. We are Americans. We are Americans strong. And it doesn't matter who's in office. What matters is we get back where we need to be as a country. Period. So with that being said, God bless y'all. We'll pass it off.
For sure. As far as we talked about EBT, I think that's gonna hurt the Republicans. I think Republicans are doing changes way too fast that people aren't gonna like. I think they only won 2 special elections. Every other special election the Democrats have won since Trump's been elected. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We got the Man Cave Monday, Wednesday. We got a new party on Tuesday, Thursday. Every day, those days at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's my closing thoughts.
All right, yeah, let me make sure to do that too. Follow New Party, but y'all see that locker room therapy, y'all go follow that too. Man, America right now is like it's like a husband, and the husband just wants his wife, but the wife is just mad at him, controls him, just pushes him around, and basically like she's like, if you do this, I'll give you this. If you wash the dishes, maybe I'll be more friendly. If you take the kids more, I know you work 2 jobs, but if you take the kids more, maybe I'll give you this. And now he stood up and he's like, nah, I'm gonna do what I do. You do what you do. That's what America's going through. America's been pushed around for the past 30 to 50 years. And now we got somebody here who's standing up and saying, we're not doing this no more. I know it's a rough ride, but hang in there. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be all right, and it's going to be better on the other side. Man cave.
Most definitely. Let me go up out of here. All right,
For
y'all.
sure, man.
Y'all have a good night and play that.
Introducing the new party. We live stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Introducing a new party. We live stream Monday through Thursday 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.